What's up guys, Nomad here, and welcome to my Let's Play of Shadow of the Colossus, the remaster for the PS4, which was released recently and developed by Bluepoint Games, as you can see right there. The game originally came out on the PS2, and it was developed by Team Ico, which I believe is a in-house Sony studio. Their first game was, I believe, Ico or Eco, and then Shadow of the Colossus was the follow-up to that. And they recently released The Last Guardian after years and years of delays and development. But this is really going to be my first time playing through this game completely. I owned it back on the PS2. I never finished it for whatever reason. I think I was distracted with other games at that point. So I'm excited to finally get through this thing, and we're going to get to do it together, so that's going to be fun. So let's go ahead and get this started, and check out this intro cutscene, and I'll quit talking so we can kind of pay attention to what's going on here. Boy, this game is beautiful. And now, to my understanding, this is these cutscenes are all rendered with the in-game engine. This is not CGI. So this is actually what the game will look like. And also, to my understanding, from what I've read, Bluepoint actually went to the trouble to recreate all the assets of this game and rebuild it from the ground up. This is not just a HD touch-up, but a true remaster remake of the original game. And from every indication, they stayed true to it 100%. Only changes that were made was an update to the control scheme to bring it to a more modern and intuitive control scheme, kind of what we're more used to nowadays. But they even included the old controls for the old school purists who want to stick with that. Now, the architecture in these games is just always so grand. The scale is just awe-inspiring, and I just find it amazing. That is beautiful. Alright, Shadow of the Colossus. Now, this is episode 1. And admittedly, this is a re-record of my playthrough. So yesterday I played through, as you can see here, continue. I started, and I had a couple issues with the audio, the live commentary. And because of the way I exported, I couldn't separate them out and fix it, the commentary from the game audio. So I figured we would just replay it. I only made it through the first few colossi. So here we are, starting again from the beginning. And I'm excited to play through this. Now, the format that I want to try to stick with in this game is 2 to 4 colossi per an episode. If I remember correctly, I think there's about 16 colossi in this game. So that would leave us with just a few episodes for the entire series. So it won't be a huge series, but then also it won't be just a couple really long episodes. I think 2 to 4 colossi per an episode will be a nice pace for us to watch and make it through each episode in a reasonable time.
Was Yuhik Aurel Yekvarol Ikuduibikuka Yulbzolu Iondu Yulilo Cock I Yuzi Yulakordoloya Olik Olazulam Kaz Ilzozeriku Atzoko Amnos Cludu Laomism Wop was Uediulas also. View houses is view. Ikola Kizado Ulola. Islis was Ayuku. Aumizquikio. You are la quika.
You called us. You deliver you. I will think you own you.
Dormi, ifo. Alu yula. Oshtu hailwa wuki waikwa. Ujisu hiazu tsudoko. Wash nordekyo wuti yula.
I will answer you. I will be your item. Dormi, killed.
Izukyumku. Idus all the you iweriko. It's not ours amusement. Alu tiklik. If the leads to Izo.
Wasamusu, Izuo, Yula. Emaka, Orus, Izuo, Anatuku. Yuekosu, Edwe, Noku. Yuadu, No, Yutu, O Yukus.
Uronora.
Reason could come around you. You are acclaimed.
Oyu. I'll bet.
Alos, Yukiko, no certain case, no kodo. On those around us, I will continue. Ero was no sus, a well, Edu. Ero, continue.
You do. You bet Sanada.
Who I was no sus. Oh, you are there, cry of sun. Was you are there, Oricum, Zula, Mukira Jura. No sus, here where you lands, Kandu, Mukodo.
Oram.
You are the was no widow, you will yellow. Why you are our
Ola. You do new.
no cool. Itura, Euro, I would you me. I was you ever become. Dance down here, car officer. Naruto, acclaimed.
So we are here to bring back the life of our, what I presume to be our love, our betrothed. And the doormen, I don't know who they are or if it's a singular entity or multiple. They want us to kill these colossi for them before they will help us bring her back to life. Now, an interesting point, I guess, for me that I've never really paid attention to until now is not only are they just saying go kill these colossi, but they are saying we need to get rid of these idols. And to get rid of these idols, we have to kill each one of the colossi, which the idol, I guess, represents in life. So I guess that's something to pay attention to in the story as what does that mean? Is it something with this architecture, this building, these idols that are keeping the doorman trapped, or I'm not sure yet. I'm hopeful that we will find out throughout the story. Okay. Now before we get started, let me go ahead and check a couple of the settings here. Wanted to make sure I have them correct. Now with the audio, with the music, I wanted to turn it down a bit. Looks like I already have that set. There's not too much music in this game except for the cutscenes and in the boss battles. And in the boss battles, the music can be up front and pretty loud. I kind of want to bring that down a little bit and get it into the background. So that's why I have it turned down a bit. And then for the controls, I just want to make sure we have the modern setting on, and we do. So let's go ahead and get this Let's Play started. Let's summon our horse. His name is Agro. For the longest time, I called him Argo, and I just realized when I booted this up yesterday, and that his name is Agro. There we go, Agro. Okay. So the first Colossi is over there. It's like the tutorial Colossi. My eyes off the screen there for 1 second, and I crash him into some rocks. Let's get going here. I love the minimalistic nature of the HUD in this game. Just makes it feel and seem so cinematic. It's a very beautiful, beautiful presentation. All right. Even though I played a bit of this yesterday, I still feel like I need to get a hang of the controls. So you will see me pushing a wrong button here and there. That's all part of the learning. There he is. Colossus number 1. thing about this game and these boss fights is each boss is like a puzzle in itself that you need to figure out in order to be successful and conquer it. Now that meter you see at the bottom right hand corner, that's our strength meter for how strong of a hold we have. Once it starts running out, you need to be in a position where you can stand without holding on to something to recharge that. So like right here, as you can see, we're recharging that. So that's one of the main mechanics you need to worry about as you're climbing these colossi. And look at that hair, it looks so real, especially compared to the old one. Now when you're stabbing them, the longer you hold in square, the more charged up your attack is. But then it also takes longer to attack, so it's kind of like a trade-off. How hard of attack you want and how fast you want to attack. Now I'm not sure what that is. That black, is that the essence, the spirit of the colossi that we're absorbing? Is it something else? I'm not sure. Who is that standing over us? Is that Dorman or one of the Dorman, or is that the spirit or the essence of that colossi that we absorbed? So many questions with this story. It's very mysterious. But that's the way I like it. It's a nice change of pace. So many games spoon feed you the story. It's refreshing when you get games like this or the Souls series where it's very cryptic and not in your face. Alright, on to the next Colossus. And that's essentially what this game is, guys. It's almost like a boss run. You go from one boss to the next. But at the same time, it's so much more than that. It's a beautiful world to explore on your way to each boss. Alright. So we're heading this way. Looks like it's down there. Again, the scale of everything in this game is just so grand and amazing. Just look down there. This game has a picture mode in it, which is really cool. You can get some really good shots. I haven't done it yet, but just from seeing the scenery and what I've seen other people do, it's just amazing. The landscapes and just the awesome pictures that you can capture for this. Wow. So you shine your sword onto the Colossus to kind of highlight its weak points. As you can see there, when it lifts its feet, it has its weak points below it. Gotta let our meter recharge. You heard that little clicking noise, that little alarm. Go. Colossus number 2 down. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I can't help but feel kind of bad every time we kill one of these guys. Alright, so let's try turn this music up just a little bit here. Okay. Let's go, aggro. Alright, so the next Colossus is this way. If I remember correctly, it's off in the distance, out towards those mountains. But we'll see. Yes, yeah, it is. There you go. Those are beautiful shots. Look at that. Now this game, they really got the horse animation down. It looks so natural. I know we've all played games where the horse just looks very awkward and robotic and just doesn't look real at all. On this game, they nailed it. And that's not just for this remaster. It looked amazing on the original version as well. kind of tricky back here in these canyons. You can get looped around, you can get lost. Really gotta kind of pay attention to what direction you need to be heading. See, like right there. Almost kept going straight, but I think I need to go that way. Turn around. Sometimes the momentum is a little tough to control. Once the horse gets going, it goes. Alright, here we are. This is another one of those just beautiful and mysterious pieces of architecture, and you wonder, like, what is it? What was it? I have to think it's more than just a platform or a battle arena for that specific Colossus. I have to think it was more than that. Who would have built that giant thing there just for a Colossus to hang out on top of, you know? I have to say the water looks amazing in this game as well. Almost didn't make that. And there's the Colossus. Now, because I just played this one last night, I remember the mechanics for this boss. But when I first got to it, I couldn't remember what the heck to do. Then I figured out, okay, you gotta bait him to attack with his sword, and then you jump on his sword and use that as a platform to run up and climb his body. But initially that will not work. As you can see, he's got a ring around his left arm there. So what you have to do is you have to bait him to attack that stone circle in the middle of the arena, and that will cause that ring to crumble on his arm, and then that will enable us to climb up his arm to get to his weak points. So before we can actually start fighting this boss, it takes a little maneuvering. We got to pull him out away from that ring so that he can attack it, or we can bait him to attack it. So like I said, each one of the bosses in this game are a puzzle in itself. Some harder than others to figure out. I think we got it here. There we go. So now we gotta bait one more attack so we can jump onto it. Go. So now let's climb up in here. Can recharge a little bit there. This one looks kind of like a bird as far as his head and his face are. Obviously his body isn't. Now we're running out of our meter to hold on. So we need him to stop shaking. Last thing I want to do is fall off and then have to hike all the way back up him. Alright, so that weak point is done. Now we have to get to his other one, which is on his stomach. Good ones, we should get him here. Alright, one more. We got him. Now I'm making this look easy, but there's a couple things to keep in mind. First is these are the first few Colossi. And then also I've played these first, like I said, 4 I believe. In the last day or so. So I have them figured out already. Once we get through those, though, it's going to be all brand new territory for me. I may remember a couple more from back in the PS2 version. But like I said, that was years ago, and there's no telling how much I'll remember. And I know for a fact, even back then, I didn't make it much farther than 5 or 6, maybe 7 Colossi out of the 16 in the total in the whole game. So every time we kill a new Colossi, we have a new shadow standing over our unconscious body. So that's what really makes me think that those may be the spirits of the Colossi. But I just can't explain why they have a human form to them. At least we can't explain that yet. Maybe we will eventually be able to.
You island.
Oops, wrong button. Let's go, aggro. Come on, boy. So there we go. Head through a canyon. Another canyon. Simply gorgeous. I don't know if you guys checked out any of the reviews for this game, but it was universally praised in its initial release and in this remaster. I think this is also the only game, or one of few games, that's in, it may be the Smithsonian or one of the major museums as a considered work of art. Now, if you ask someone like me or you know, any gamers, there's, all games are a work of art, just like movies. But the general mainstream and the art community are a little more picky in that classification, as of gaming hasn't earned that respect yet. But this game is, if not the only one of the select few that has gained that respect. And I think you're kind of seeing an indication as to why this early on in the game. Now the mechanic for this boss is pretty annoying to figure out, I have to be honest with you. Again, kind of like the last one, you have to use the environment that's given to you to defeat the boss. And even now that I know the mechanic, I can still see how it may end up being a little annoying, but not remembering what it was when I tried to play this last night, it was very annoying for me. And it took a little bit to get it. I would not be surprised if it still takes a little bit to get it this time too. But we'll give it our best shot and see if we can get it quickly. This is like the horse Colossi. You better get out of the way, aggro, or he's gonna step on you. So the mechanic for this boss, what you want to do is have it try to get you from underneath, from underground there. And it should bend over, trying to get you from under there. And when it bends over, you should be able to jump on its tail to climb up its back. Now, getting it to bend over and try to get you out of the hole is kind of the challenge. Let's see if we got him angry enough. I don't think so. I think we got it. Should bend down. There we go. I think we got it. Come on. There you go. Come on. Let's get up before this meter runs out. There we are. Oh my gosh, we almost fell off. One more good one. Got it. I'm sorry, Horse Colossus. Love will drive you to do some crazy things. No, she's not awake yet. I think there's more killing that needs to be done, Aggro. Oh, the next one looks to be a bird. I don't know if I remember doing that one or not. Well, this is a great stopping point, guys. We made it through the first 4 Colossi. I want to thank you for joining me with episode 1 of this Let's Play. And we will resume with episode 2 and the 5th Colossus. Thanks, guys. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.